Recent research in Frontiers of Neuroscience shows us that chronic people pleasing actually erodes the circuits in your brain that help us hold boundaries and authentically express ourselves. Are you a chronic people pleaser? In neuroscience, that's been named as fawning, and it's shown us that it's a protective or survival mechanism when we're constantly saying, I'm sorry, or pleasing people to sacrifice ourselves. But what it does, it erodes the neural circuits that give us the ability to authentically express ourselves. So how does that show up in our body? It shows up as our throat closing, or anxiety, or compression or contraction in the central line in our bodies if we're constantly looking to please other people. And again, there's no judgment and no shame here. And it's really hard not to, because we had to adapt this, or those of us who adapt this fawn mechanism or this chronic people pleasing, we had to adapt this mechanism to protect ourselves with our attachment patterns and styles when we were growing up with our caregivers. The thing is, are you carrying that into your adult life, and is it serving you? You know, that's really what the question is that lack of authentic self-expression. In my opinion, that's not true leadership. That is not peak performance. And if we don't hold our boundaries strong with learning how to express them gracefully, that also stops us from getting into a state of peak performance and burns us out. Because when we are not deeply connected to ourselves and authentically expressing ourselves, that's when we start to feel burnout. It's not just physically working and using our brains. We have the ability to work, combine intellect and intuition, empathy and execution. But if we're not authentically expressing ourselves and letting people walk all over our boundaries because of our old habits, that's what burns us out. That's what drops us out of peak performance. I'm Dr. Brian Paris, and I help high achievers master their mind, body, and emotions through neuroscience. Like and follow for daily tips on how to regulate your nervous system. All right, if this struck a chord for you, if this irritated you, or you're like, wow, I want to learn more about this, comment below. I don't care what you comment. Let's just get this conversation rolling around chronically people pleasing and dropping into that fawn mechanism in our nervous systems. Like, how do we get to that place of authentic self-expression and graceful expression of boundaries? But comment below.